Hey all, and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Today, thanks to Lokivex, we're going to be checking out Ghost of Tsushima for the PlayStation 4. Let's do this.
Yeah, so this is one of those games that is very Japan-based, but not made by Japan.
Ooh, it's a weeb game!
It's very interesting hearing how there's some people who look at this and find all the inaccuracies because of time frames and like samurai didn't have Bushido back when this takes place, and then you have people in Japan going, no, this is sick, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sonic and the Black Knight, Arthurian legend, made by Japanese people. I liked it, Richie loves it, so...
True. I mean, look at Dark Souls. It's made by Japan, and for some people, they don't even know it's Japanese because it's like all medieval fantasy.
So when this was first announced, I was kind of down on it, because I think Sekiro was, like, having its turn around that time as well, so I was like, two similar-looking games, get it out of here, everything needs to be original and whatnot. But, you know, it goes to show how much I know, this was a massive success for Sony.
Yeah, so this is very different from Sekiro, where Sekiro is very much, well, it's like a Souls-like game. This is closer to Infamous and all those other sort of open-world, Ubisoft-like games where you got a lot of missions in a big world, and it's like, what do? You could do little missions, you could do big missions, all that stuff.
So I guess we'll just have to hard cap ourselves, otherwise we'll just be playing for hours, I guess.
Yeah, so thankfully it's still going to be pretty easily broken up for the prologue, I'm pretty sure.
God bless. Now, when I first booted this up, just to check it was working and whatnot, it actually gave me a bunch of options as to how to display the game. One of them had black and white film grain in the style of Kurosawa, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, so this game is a major send-up to Kurosawa, just in terms of the story, in terms of the aesthetics. It's more of a Kurosawa sort of game than it is a historical, samurai game.
Oh boy. You know, speaking of big old conflicts and whatnot, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity got announced as of when we're recording this.
Man, how come war is so terrible in real life but so fun in video games?
Because there are no consequences for us in video.
Outsiders! Send your finest warrior to face me!
Send out the daffodil!
Nada, Jinnida.
So one kind of interesting sort of thing is this game does feature a Japanese dub that you can put on, but despite it featuring Japanese characters, it is not voice or lip synced to the Japanese dub. So you'll have the Japanese dub with the lip flaps for English, which was a bit of a problem for some people because they're like, if I'm playing a Kurosawa game, I want to have the Japanese voices, but then it has it all synced up wrong. So in general, most people say play it in English.
Wow. The disrespect, the lack of honor.
That was not very Bushido of you.
Samurai! Do you surrender?
That just makes us more mad than ever.
Cowards without honor deserve no mercy. No mercy!
Death! Oh shit, we're playing.
Oh, that's a beautiful gameplay cut.
It really is, god damn. Like, my TV isn't the best, it's getting on in its years, but this still looks great on it.
Dude, I'm watching it through the frickin', Discord viewfinder, and even then it looks so good. How?
Good art direction, mate. Sucker Punch know what they're doing.
That is true. This is very much, it's one of those very cinematic games that make, it's a system seller for the visuals.
So I assume the late game will be more like that, but we'll go back to being like a rookie in one, I suppose. Thank you. My horse let me down yet again.
I need you with me. We've lost so many. We have to keep pushing, Lord Sakai. even if it costs us our lives.
As a command, Lord Shimura.
Okay, so you got a jump button. Square is your attack. Circle seems to do nothing. Ooh, that was triangle.
Stance up. Very nice.
Everyone, with me!
Also, is this the Mulan remake I've been hearing about?
Oh, Mongol!
Well, no. For one, it's an entirely different country.
Yikes.
I mean, both of them involve, you know, fighting Mongols, so that is a similar thing there.
Nice.
So here's a fun fact for you. You know in, like, Kurosawa films where, like, they do the thing where someone gets cut and nothing happens, and then, like, a second goes by and there's a massive gush of blood?
Uh-huh.
So that was actually a mistake by the special effects crew, where they had the blood machine set up to gush when he got cut, and it malfunctioned and backed up, and then a huge gush happened. And even though it was a mistake, Kurosawa went, "No, shut up, it's so cool that there's a delay and then a massive gush of blood."
That's great. That's so iconic nowadays.
It is, it's so iconic, and to imagine that it literally happened from just, like, they had the machine set up wrong and it did too much blood after too much time.
Is this one of those battles that I can't win? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, they haven't really taught you the game yet, so for them to just, like, you know, throw you in, it's expecting a lot from the modern gamer. Maybe you have unlimited health.
Quite possibly.
We're all that's left.
There is only one path for us.
Okay, so I have a block in the form of L1. That's good.
That's very useful. Even though in real life, if you block with a katana, it would probably break.
Yep, they're pretty fragile swords.
They are. Heck, if you cut someone wrong with it, it'll break.
Oh, I wanted to put him out of his misery.
But that's not Bushido.
God damn, war is hell, but it's pretty as well.
Shoutouts to the big horned helmets. Those were really cool.
Yeah, serve no functional purpose, but they intimidate the hell out of the enemy.
My favorite is Date Masamune, because he has a giant half moon on his, and it's like off-center. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Oh, is that the dude with like the 6 katanas?
Yeah, that's him! I mean, he didn't have that in real life, but doesn't matter. It's still cool.
We didn't get to see the guy get killed. Was he taken, or was he left for this cutscene? This ain't gonna stand. No. Oh, mate, you got something? Got a little something there? Ah, you'll notice, it's fun.
Yeah, he'll scratch his back and eventually be like, "Oh, who put that there?"
Oh, you silly Huns. Are Mongols and Huns the same thing?
I think, well, Mongol is like the race, like they're from Mongolia, but the Huns were a specific army from Mongolia.
What, you know? Nope.
I am Khotan.
Oh god, why did he look like Darkside Phil?
No! I hate it! You've ruined him!
I'm not going to be able to take the scene seriously now. Perhaps a little kiss?
Brother, you are a warrior.
Do you know what happens when you leave your stream running?
I'm about to show you.
You trained your whole life for this.
Don't let me having a giggle over cutscenes
The men have called on
make you think that I don't think the game is gorgeous and engaging so far, by the way. It's just how I do.
But while you were sharpening your sword, do you know how I prepared for today?
Oh my god, is he literally doing the opposite of, like,
Know your language.
you know, while you were studying the blade, I was I was getting laid.
He was hitting them books, mate.
Burn. So I'll ask you once again, Samurai.
Do you surrender?
Look at that sweat.
Good HD sweat on over HD pores.
So I thought I was waiting for an analog stick input there. Up and down to say yes. Oh, he's dead. If it was a quick time event, I pretty much failed it.
There was no clear on button screen, so I guess our uncle is dead and we're the last one from the Raid of Tsushima, so I guess we are the Ghost of Tsushima.
Roll the credits! Oh, I remember what happens here. Don't you get brought back to life and then you get a robot hand or whatever?
That is a completely separate game.
I know! That's what I'm talking about. My ignorant ass was like, oh, two samurai-centric games. They can't coexist in this gaming ecosystem. That's me. That's how dumb I sounded.
To be fair, I felt the same way, but they really evolved in different ways, so that's all good. We're always welcome for differing ideas based on the same starting point.
The more, the merrier. Oh man, I had a terrible dream about a war. Gotta go back to basics, I guess.
Now the funny thing is, you know, you're talking about going back to basics, but if you pre-ordered the Digital Deluxe Edition, you can start off the game with fully gold armor and a fully gold sword. It's
Wow.
so funny. I love the dissonance sometimes.
Someone worked hard to keep me alive.
They had a whole bucket.
No weapons, just supplies. Need to keep moving.
It was a good person who did it then.
Mongols.
How do I get there?
Maybe you go around. Yeah.
I mean, we have no armor and no weapons, so it'd probably be best.
Someone saved me. Hid me back here. Maybe they have my sword.
Do not raise the alarm.
Oh, stealth! We're awesome at that!
Yeah, about that.
Well, thankfully it seems to tell us exactly where to go. Follow the mud.
Seems R2 is our main action button.
Someone was sharpening their blade.
Wetting it, even.
Wet with an H, which is the best version of the word wet.
Broken,
There we go.
but better than nothing.
Okay.
Plus, being asymmetrical is way cooler anyways.
It's pretty based, kind of raw.
Taps it and just powers up his Keyblade armor.
I guess we just have to press on outside then.
It seems like it's going to be a fairly straightforward thing here. It's not a Souls game. It's not going to put us into actual stealth at the beginning, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Inside. Now.
Bloody hell.
How are your wounds? Can you run?
I think so. Where's my sword?
Not here.
You're on here.
Are there any famous actors in the game, mate?
I can take a look at that.
Please do.
Oh, don't hurt me!
Ah, she's a good actress.
Bryce!
Let's see here. So, Jin is the main character, is voiced by Daisuke Tsuji, who this is pretty much his big starting role.
Hey, not bad.
The lady that we just met, her name is Yuna. She's voiced by Sumali Montano. Probably best known as, well, she was Mystique in... She's kind of the modern voice of Mystique in Marvel.
Right.
She also played Mantis in a bunch of Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. She's had a number of roles.
Okay. Aha.
Shh. Not now. Shit. Get down.
There you go. Someone stealthing over there.
Let's move.
Swear to Christ. Just follow her and we'll be okay.
So from looking at the cast list, it does look like it is all English-speaking Japanese actors. So that's pretty good, pretty accurate. I like that.
Neat.
Lord Shimura was with me on the battlefield.
Did you get him?
I'm coming, don't worry.
First person crawling.
You gotta have it. We had it in Disaster Report 4.
Yep, and these games are extremely similar, of course.
They could not be more different in terms of budget.
In terms of budget, in terms of gameplay, everything.
But hey, this is what you look for from this sort of game. That's what you look for from Disaster Report.
The Mongols took him prisoner.
Where did they take him?
East. Along the coast.
Toward Castle Canada. They must be holding him inside.
I can't believe they took him all the way to Canada.
I know, it's very far. I mean, yeah, if you go east enough, it would be Canada.
Rescue Lord Shimura.
Maybe there's like a Canadian-Japanese samurai over there.
He can contact the Shogun.
Sadly, I don't think that's true, but I hope Yasuke is in this game. I'm sure you've heard the legend of Yasuke, right?
I have not.
Oh, so Yasuke was a African slave who somehow found his way to Japan, and he actually became a high-ranking samurai. So he is like this black samurai back in like the Sengoku period, and he is so cool. They're making a movie about him, about just like, yeah, just this foreigner who wound up in Japan and became a samurai.
I think I might have heard of that now that you bring it up, but you were the one to bring it up, so I won't take credit. Oh no.
Come on. We can't help him now.
Good thing we're not them.
Stay crouched, Tom. Do not raise that alarm.
Look out.
Raiders, armed for battle.
They've been riding across the island. Taking slaves. Killing the weak.
No one.
Through here.
Good music so far.
Yeah, very atmospheric.
I should say more sound design than outright music.
True. Well, if you remember when this game was shown off at the one very, very weird Sony E3, they just had a white guy on stage playing a Japanese flute, which was pretty meme-worthy. But, I mean, he rocked that flute.
Well, he's one of the foremost masters of it in the world.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's really, really cool. Although, you know, we all had a giggle. That was the same one where they were in a barn and, you know, had the hillbilly on stage playing guitar. It was a strange one altogether.
It sure was, mate. But hey, we got Pirates of the Caribbean showed off in KH3.
That's true. That year was pretty much saved by every time they showed off Kingdom Hearts at every single conference.
You're not wrong. Oh, I'm looking forward to Melody and Memory. I don't know about you.
Oh, for sure. Man, I love music rhythm games, and just like that, and then the Taiko games where I can just, you know, drum along to the Kamen Rider themes. Pretty good.
Okay, so seems pretty simple to get to grips with.
It also seems very lenient with the alert, because you got nearly seen twice and it went up very, very slowly. So it's like they have bad eyesight. Glasses weren't invented yet.
You see, they're bad because they kill people.
Uh-huh. Let's ignore all of the, you know, times Japan did this exact thing to other countries.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of instances where, you know, Japan was the Mongols in this case. So when talking about this game, there's really only two periods where you can have kind of Japan being, you know, the ones that are trying to survive and it's this period, the other Mongol period, or the Sengoku period where they just fought themselves. Every other time was kind of, you know, Japan doing some not great stuff.
I'll search the house. It will answer for this. It must be here.
Oh, swoosed right in.
Where is my slashy blade?
Getting a lot of boxed lunches, though.
Yes. At last, my arm is complete again. Nice cut.
I am Jin Sakai.
Looking like a young Ryo Hazuki there.
Lord Shimura. And I am no coward!
Your enemy is no match for you,
Are you mocking me, sir?
but you still lack control.
I was practicing.
Can't even summon summoned swords.
The sword of Clan Sakai has saved lives and ended wars.
Taking a lot of lives as well. Ah yes, the classic Japanese maple leaves falling from the trees in autumn.
I'm not sure what actual, like, type of tree that is, because, you know, normally you'd see cherry blossoms, but here we get to see, yeah, this very maple-looking leaf.
You must first control your emotions.
I can do that, Uncle.
Can you?
Show me.
We shall see.
Like, show me, and just pushes him down. Look at this Metal Gear Solid 3 The Boss field.
Uncle, you might want to use a metal sword. No, I've got this.
Let's see what you've been practicing. Try to strike me.
Yes, Uncle.
Quicks.
Yep.
Attack! I am
Got
ready.
heavies.
There we go.
And one more stab.
Strike me.
He's like, ow, ow! You hit me!
Oh, I'm sorry, you said come at me.
That bruised you so easily.
It wasn't a fair fight.
Imagine he's returned to finish what he started. And he'll use every dirty trick he knows.
Man, that is
How will you
one
defend yourself?
powerful bully.
What do we want to do?
He's big, but I'm quicker. I'll stay out of his reach. Wait for him to get tired. Then drop him with one strike.
Good. A samurai must always fight with patience.
Not like those ninjas with their wall runs and their...
Opponent resorts to trickery.
I'll remember, Uncle.
I don't really play enough Ninja Gaiden to add more stuff to the
Break through my
sentence.
defenses. Show me
Let's
Jin
say
Sakai
smoke
is a
bombs.
warrior of great courage.
Okay, so basically heavy attack staggers, and then you can do a bunch of quick attacks. Makes sense.
Enough!
Yeah.
I yield.
You let me win.
Not at all. If you held a real sword, I would be dead.
Really?
I would never lie to you, Jin. Now for a change, try to block my attacks. I will not go easy on you. Good.
I think you parried it actually there.
Hold your blocking form. A fine block.
I'm sore.
So yeah, timing it seems to give you a parry, but you can hold the form.
Find your resolve and fight through the pain. Good.
Wait, well, I'm sorry. Did you just, like, tighten your butthole and heal your health?
Yeah, I shrugged it off just like Spider-Man.
Alright, sure.
It's time you learn to parry.
Ah, there we
Wait
go.
for me to make the first move. Once I strike, block my attack.
Ow.
Parry before I strike. A fine parry.
One of my favorite words to hear in a video game, honestly.
Don't block
When I
too
hear the
early.
word parry, I'm like, oh, that's the good stuff.
There you go. The horse was pleased.
Good form, Jin. You're improving.
And now we teach the spin
Catch your
attack.
breath.
Ah, yes, you must hold down your inner instinct and then release it.
Wind out of me. Now then.
If you're at full health, you'll shoot beams from your sword.
I'm sorry, I just thought, oh god. Sorry, I was about to deliver a meme, but now is not the time.
You got dodges, and you want to dodge into quick attack. Alright. Good defensive options, which are always welcome.
Got him. Can't wait to get all of these in the heat of the moment.
No weapon, no warrior you cannot overcome.
Except for a gun. Stay away from those.
Finished yet.
I don't think those were invented yet.
You honor me with this.
However, in the Sengoku era, they totally were. So there was a time when samurais and guns were totally fighting each other, and god, that period is so rad.
I hope you like octopus.
Very good, Jin.
Come on now.
Probably want to get a parry on him and go in, yeah.
Skill.
Wonder what that meter is. Maybe that's like stagger or something.
Well, looks like we're getting Japanese dominoes tonight.
Before we eat, I have one last question.
Have you ever had octopus?
Can't say I have, mate.
Generations
Chewy,
of
but
families
delicious.
Have lived by a code. Tell me the virtues that guide us.
Loyalty to our Lord. Control over our emotions. And
You know this.
honor. To fight bravely and uphold the legacy of Clan Sakai.
Ah, yes. To never throw beer at a guy and then light him on fire.
Honor mean to you?
Very specific, but you'd be surprised how often it comes up.
Protect
That is what's known as a bitch move.
the ones who can't fight for themselves.
You have a good heart. But first, we must show everyone that we serve our Lord with courage, integrity, and self-control.
You say that like it's easy.
No, I'm just saying don't go for thirds at the dinner, alright?
It's never easy, Jin.
We gotta have leftovers.
It's never easy to leave delicious food on your
Set an
plate.
example for our people by remaining true to our code.
The last guardians of the Konami clan.
Oh, makes it sound like Konami's dead. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
I've not her samurai.
Oh, look. Guy has a spear. Interesting.
Only we learned how to specifically deal with spearmen.
You really should have attacked me before I got my blade back.
It's real cool. That shine over the face. What's this guy gonna do to us?
Nah.
Good.
Wow,
You found your sword.
that was
The horse.
The stables
really
aren't far.
easy.
This
Yep,
way.
sure was.
I don't know. We spent so long on our quick look of Sekiro that just seeing you just kill a dude in 2 quick hits just makes me go, huh. If only it was always that easy.
Well, it's not meant to be as difficult as Sekiro, mate. It's meant to be an open world game.
Where are the stables?
Yeah, you know, they're not overpowered by, you know, the blood of some ancient dragon god or something.
Right, you gonna be the bowman? Yeah.
Get close, slit their throats, and kill them without a sound.
Why don't they scream out? I don't know, Jin.
I will not.
Well, if you think about it, if you slit their throat, what will they scream? They have no vocal cords anymore.
Face me, invader!
Oh, well, okay, never mind. No stealth for you! Sure! That's hilarious. Where it's like, you know, you'd expect here to be like, you know, the quiet go up and get them. It's like, no, face me.
It's kind of rad, actually. Alright, where are we going? Help whoever is in trouble. There we go.
See a big yellow marker where we have to go.
Don't let anyone escape.
It is kind of nice to have a game that isn't 100% based on, you know, you need to sneak up on them and, you know, do them quietly or else you're screwed.
Yeah, I agree. It's a nice change of pace.
Thank you, my lord.
Would you like this baby?
They said all
It's actually just a bundle of wheat.
Now, if you give me that baby, my samurai powers will raise exponentially, and we can't have that at the start of the game.
Go. Stay off the roads. And guard your son with your life.
Does the son even have a modeled face?
I don't
think so.
They couldn't defend themselves. And I can't let more of our people die.
They're not the only ones who need you. My brother. The Mongols took him.
God, can we just make a checklist of people who've been taken by the Mongols at this point?
Yeah, when we, like, go to break them all out in the big heist mission, it's probably gonna just be like a big family reunion.
I'll help you find him after I save my uncle. I promise.
I'm coming with you.
Fair enough.
Stables are just up ahead.
We shall be the greatest team Japan has ever seen.
Well, here they come. That was one and done.
Would you like some more?
He hates it.
Let's get to the horses.
Oh, we have a horse for each of us.
Yo, our horses have, like, cool anime headbands. They're samurai horses!
Oh man, you cut to one with a, like, katana in its mouth and whatnot.
Just, you got one looking like the guy from Samurai Showdown with this gigantic looking, you know, ponytail.
Suits you.
Jesus.
Sora, light from the heavens.
Of course!
Couldn't be anything else, come on now.
We were literally just talking about it.
Oh man, are we gonna go to see the fields?
Little bit Indiana Jones, but alright.
That's pretty sweet too, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, you can see like the paintbrush strokes and the bleeding. That's real good.
I wonder if they'll prepare a PS5 version that you can freely upgrade to, because I feel like better loading times and such, even though they seem great here, would really benefit from the SSD.
True, true. For the most part, I think they're pretty much making games now so that if the PS4 Pro version isn't already kind of like closer to PS5, then if you put it into the PS5, it will automatically be better. Because they showed off like with PS4 Spider-Man, if you place it into the PS5, it itself gets the bonus of quick load times.
Got your friends killed.
That's what the Mongols will think. But this time, I'll strike first.
I'm amazed we haven't been shot to shit with arrows.
You'd think there'd be at least a couple people. Then again, this is our castle we're going back to, so...
When approaching enemy territory, you can challenge foes to a standoff. Watch your enemy approaches, hold triangle. As soon as they attack, release triangle to defeat them in one deadly strike.
Oh. Oh, that's cool.
I've come for Lord Shimura.
So is this just gonna be like, as soon as they attack? Rad?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's based.
That's pretty good. Is it just for the first one, it seems? I think it is. That's still pretty cool. If you could just stand there and do it like one at a time, continually. Oh, the end suffering prompt is real good.
Man, I'm a big fan of this game so far, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, even I'm like really smiling, and I usually have a very hard time with enjoying kind of the pathos of Western games. Something about them, just the way that they're designed, I have a hard time with, but this is one that I'm jiving with. Of course, the aesthetic is helping.
Oh yeah, of course.
Remember to heal up. Just slams his chest and he's like, yeah, let's go!
Yeah. I'm trying to be more reactive than proactive here. More, you say? You guys good?
Bye.
Where are we going? I was following you.
I think she's following you, actually. So
Okay.
you've been following each other into a corner. Nice thing is you do face where the opponents are. You do get back your whatever it was called, your meter to heal pretty quickly.
We can't retreat.
Ooh. I don't know if that was meant for us or them, but either way, thanks.
I am good samurai. You go now.
Oh, this place looks so, it's so well designed, just the aesthetic.
Fall back.
Alone?
Keep the path clear. When I find Lord Shimura, we'll need a quick escape.
I'll get the horses ready.
Do it.
Hell yeah.
If I'm not back soon, ride for the forest.
I mean, they'll find you in the forest, but hey.
Oh yeah, that is their stagger meter that appears above their head when you're attacking them.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for a parry, but nope, not working.
No, it seems like this guy with his shield doesn't let you.
Oh, that's what you get for button mashing, Tom. Be more careful.
Oh, we get another chance on this guy. Hit him with the staggers.
Ouch.
He can still dodge him, thankfully.
There you go. I need more resolve. I need to kill more.
Mm-hmm. Get that bloodlust flowing through you.
I'm hearing horns blowing in the distance.
Hello, sir. Rip to you, but I'm different.
Dodging arrows. Uh-huh.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of realistic, I guess. Because, you know, you don't want to hit your own dudes.
Ah.
They make a nice whistling sound, too.
Motherfucker.
Just a little bit too slow, but that's alright.
Is there some resolve around here, pretty please?
Can you find some resolve beans?
I guess this is just a way to see stuff. I keep forgetting the last stand thing.
Well, I don't know if that's for the first one or if there's other stuff you can do.
Come and fight.
Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, and that gives you full. That's smart.
Come on now.
That's an interesting way to kind of balance it for getting your resolve back. Is just you got to do the showdown.
I like that. Good system. Sorry for the wait, I had to prepare the imposing background.
Had to set the fires just right.
I am Jin Sakai, nephew of Lord Shimura. I have come to avenge his honor.
Ah.
Jin, your uncle has told me much about you, Jin Sakai.
He seems to have been kept relatively healthy.
I will show him his
Yeah.
nephew.
Almost like, what if they're not as evil as we thought?
Is this going to be an unwinnable battle?
This is your time, Lord Sakai.
Remember the basics. Come on now.
Yeah, dodge, parry, slashes, the good stuff.
From here to there.
Oh, this camera angle's good.
Oh, jeez.
Your uncle is watching.
You get resolve for doing cool stuff, which is welcome.
Submit, Lord Sakai. Slit your throat.
Come on. Oh.
When that red button appears, that's your dodge.
Enough. Surrender.
No, I'm good.
Show your uncle
Have a rest, bro.
in peace to your home. Save yourself.
Oh.
Oh, that didn't seem very honorable.
That's what you get for button mashing in a boss fight.
Watch it be like, he's dead now. We all know humans can't swim. Meanwhile, in Japan, it's like, we've been teaching these kiddos to swim since day one.
Father.
Jin. Help me.
Oh, he's going to be afraid, isn't he? I'll never lose a boss fight again.
Lord Sakai.
Oh, playable flashback.
Young master,
Little kid section.
time.
I'm coming, Yuriko.
The whole island has come to mourn your father.
Can't you send them away?
You must face them, Jin. You are now the master of Clan Sakai.
Yes.
You're not alone, Jin. Your father is the wind at your back.
Are there koi?
Your mother, the birds in the trees.
I don't see any.
They're hibernating, I guess.
He will tell you.
True. They
At
do,
your
you know,
father's
fly
heart.
north for the winter.
Thank you, Yuriko.
Oh, pretty.
If you ever need guidance, Clan Adachi will help you.
You got anything to offer? No? Well.
Your father protected the people above all else. A true samurai.
Unlike you. Fine. Didn't need to put it that way.
This feels very ethereal, almost dreamlike.
Couldn't save him. I was a coward.
Jin, you are a samurai.
He died because of me.
Your father fell in battle saving his only son. His reward is a warrior's death.
That's a better way of looking at it, I guess.
Now you will carry on his legacy.
Be warned, his spirit is now trapped within the sword.
Every now and then, when you do a sick move, you'll hear him go, "Ooh yeah!"
Good job, son. Fill up the good job, son meter to unleash a special.
A ghost version of me will come out and hug you.
You can't find the words.
Tomorrow, you will come to my fortress as my ward.
You have a fortress? That's pretty cool.
Today, say goodbye to your father.
Pretty beautiful scene, honestly. I don't really have any funny jibes to throw in.
No. I know I make the joke of, man, Sony games, what are these, movies? But for real, this is really well shot. Like, everything about it
It's
is...
a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Don't you do it.
Father.
I know enough about Japanese culture to know what's about to happen.
Well, the thing is, they actually usually don't use their katanas. They actually usually use a smaller blade to, you know, disembowel themselves honorably.
Yeah, very true.
So this is something I do know about the game, which is cool. Instead of the game having, like, you know, a map with a very clear pointer, the wind always blows in the direction of your next goal.
That's great. Follow the wind. That's actually the name of a Keyblade, funnily enough. But I think you guys have glimpsed enough at the start of Ghost of Tsushima, so we're going to end things there. Here is everyone who is currently pledged. What did you think, Mr. Man?
I really was expecting hallways and, you know, the typical Sony first-party walking and nothing else simulator. I love him with the flute for the audio option. That's amazing. But at the same time, I really like how this game came out. I think it was really cool that it's a very respectable, you know, view of Japan, if more than a little bit romanticized.
A little bit, yeah.
Because as, you know, as we said, the concept of, you know, honor and all that was a, like, much later invention for samurai. Like, it was done in the future to make people go, man, weren't samurai cool, as opposed to it actually happening with samurai. But at the same time, you know, Japan likes what they've done with this game, and Samurai Red. But no, I think that this is a really cool game that definitely deserves the praise that it's been getting. I love photo modes. They're so fun.
There you go. Current emotion. Ooh. Cinema bars. I'm good. Now, how the fuck do you take a picture?
Probably with the share button.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
They're built in now.
There we go. I'll take one of those in a bit. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. The presentation is fantastic. The gameplay, don't mash, otherwise you will get killed. But there's enough, I feel, what's the term I'm looking for here? It gives you enough time to get to grips with it, and the enemies don't seem to punish you as harshly in Souls. So I'm pretty happy with what's been on display so far. Oh my god, yes. That's
so cool.
But so yeah,
so cool.
I've enjoyed my time with Ghost of Tsushima a lot. I don't know if I'll return to it maybe on a stream at some point, but thank you, Loki, for giving us the opportunity to check this out, and we'll see you next time for another one of these quick looks. Bye bye.